I'm Joanna Simpson here at FundForum International here in Copenhagen, and joining me now is David Zahn, Head of European Fixed Income at Franklin Templeton. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you.
And just tell me, what were the key highlights of the ESG practice showcase?
I think some of the key highlights was just talking through how do people implement ESG within their fixed income processes, really detailing whether it should be centralized, whether it should be spread out across the group, more down to the analyst level. Also looking at how green bonds are becoming a bigger and bigger part of investing, and how is that developing, how do you look at that, how do you integrate ESG and green bonds together. I think those are kind of the key points.
And we've seen an increase in green bond fund launches over the last few years. And just tell me a bit about how the Franklin Euro Green Bond ETF is different.
Yeah, there has been a whole bunch of green bond launches, and I think what makes ours different is that it's an ETF, and so it actually is in a different format that can trade on an exchange, so I think that makes a big difference. But the biggest difference, I think, is that we only have to have 70% in labeled green bonds. Many people say, well, it has to be labeled and therefore it goes into the portfolio, but we think there's a significant number of issuers that are either pure play, where they just focus on something like wind or solar, that don't need to have the green label, and therefore they should be included. But I also think there's going to be a huge move into these energy transition bonds, and I think that those, basically what we want to do is invest in issuers that are helping the energy transition of the economy away from fossil fuels into a greener economy. And I think that by opening up that area, it gives you a lot more scope to add value to the end investor, which is what we're all about. It's about making money while actually reducing carbon emissions.
And just to explore that a little bit more, what are the benefits of green bonds?
Well, I think the benefits of green bonds is it's for investors who actually want to do something to have an impact and actually change the amount of CO2 that's being emitted into the atmosphere. And by investing in a fund that is maybe broader based than just green bonds, you can tackle different companies who are actually at the forefront of actually bringing down the CO2 emissions. So it allows investors to still earn a good return, but yet have an impact on the environment in a positive way.
And all very topical as well.
Very much so.
David Zahn from Franklin Templeton, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.